UFC Fight Night Duplessis versus Usman is this week. I'm gonna go through the co-main and the main. Co-main not too much, for obvious reasons. I think this is probably just gonna be a Chris Leroy Duncan 29-28 decision. I don't know if Jared Cannonier has it. He's like 41, 42. He's getting older. He's not washed. I don't think Jared Cannonier, in that run with, fighting Izzy and fighting top guys. People forget, man. That era was like one of the weakest eras in any division of all time. In my opinion, that was one of the weakest eras in any division. You have Marvin Vettori number one. Now, Marvin Vettori has not gotten any better or any worse than he ever was. Maybe confidence-wise, he's better, but same with Jared Cannonier. I think Jared Cannonier is a bit different because he's old. Obviously, it's impossible for your body to be doing what it was doing at 30 or 25 than what it can do at 40. That's just how the fucking human body works. But I think he fights the same way. He tries to do the same things. He showed a crafty vet performance against RoboCop. He lost to MVP, which isn't a horrible accomplishment. MVP is a hard guy to fight. But now he's, I think, almost a year later. I think he fought MVP August of 2025. Fighting almost a year later. This is kind of his last chance to show any spark of, I'm still in the rankings, guys. I'm still worthy. He's more of a gatekeeper now. Same with the RoboCop fight. That was is RoboCop gonna knock him out? He almost did, but he sold. But this is another one of them fights, and I think Christian Leroy Duncan is just, he's got that UK kind of style of the Nathaniel Wood or the Lerone Murphy. Not point fighted, but going for a decision. Fundamentally sound, got a good jab, got good stuff that sets stuff up. They always kind of fight smart. They're not pressure fighters who go at you hard. They kind of just move around, good leg kicks, good movement, and try and fight like an intelligent fight. I think that's what the fight's gonna be like. I could see Duncan getting cracked, but I doubt it. I think his defense isn't bad, but he kind of has that tall man syndrome where he'll use his arms to like frame and whatnot, kind of like Izzy in certain ways. I think he'd get caught doing stuff like that, but I just don't know if Jared Cannonier can do that anymore. I don't know how this fight will look. I think Jared Cannonier could have a good chance to make it a tough fight, but then again, the age and all that stuff, the year out, he's probably injured coming into this fight somehow or another because he's old. But yeah, I'm going Christian Leroy Duncan, but I could see Jared Cannonier having the upset with not even just winning, just making it a real hard fight. I could definitely see that because Jared Cannonier in some performances, like the Marvin Vettori performance and even the RoboCop performance, he just has that different like intensity at times in a fight where he gets maybe a bit like emotional. He's like, nah, fuck you, I'm gonna dig down and I'm not gonna make this easy for no one. He did have that fight with Kyle Barajo, which was, he took a lot of damage in, but Kyle Barajo is, no matter what you think of the guy, he's above the level of a Jared Cannonier. He's above that level. But that's my prediction on that fight. Let's get to the main event, shall we? This is the classic striker versus wrestler. It's a battle of, has Duplessis made the improvements with his wrestling and can defend takedowns now? And if he can't, if it's the same, then it's gonna be a hard fight. I don't know if the wrestling is gonna be as much. It's not gonna be as hard to defend because it's Usman. Usman is old. He's not as fast. He's not a big guy per se. They did the face-offs and stuff, and Duplessis is quite big. Like, he's much bigger than him. It says an inch, but probably like 2-3 inches maybe height difference. From memory, like I was surprised. I was like, damn, Duplessis is quite much bigger than him. It's interesting. I'm interested to see how on the feet it will look, because I don't think Usman is a good striker whatsoever. I think people overrate him a little bit because he had a few knockouts. He knocked out Gilbert Burns. Like, Gilbert Burns was never good. Gilbert Burns got knocked out by Dan Hooker. Do we forget that? Colby is his best win by a fucking long shot. But yeah, I think Usman has always been a bit, I don't want to say overrated, but he's not as good as some people think. People think he's a good striker and he's an elite wrestler, but I think with them, he's not as good as he used to be because of his body. His body just isn't. I'm not saying his whole body is fucked, but his knees and I mean, the story is he can't even walk down fucking stairs. He has to walk on grass, and that is bad when you're fighting. That is like really bad. So I do also think Duplessis is one of them guys that isn't gonna be a bitch. It's like, it's fighting. I'm going to take advantage of that weakness. I'm going to stomp you a knee. I'm going to kick you in the leg. You got knocked out by a head kick before, I'm gonna kick you in the head. I'm going to do these things because it's a weakness, and I'm not a dumbass, so I'm going to abuse that weakness that you have. Duplessis isn't like a Volk. I could see Volk being one of them guys that they have a clear injury, but they don't do nothing about it. Like, people need to be they need to have a bit of the John Jones in them, to where you can't just be, you gotta use malicious shit. Yeah, I think Duplessis is gonna be taking advantage of the shit that he can against Usman. I don't know what Usman could do other than wrestle. I mean, he can fake a shot and throw something, but I just don't know how Usman can win other than controlling with wrestling. That isn't always I know Duplessis lost against Chimaev doing that, but Chimaev is a much harder wrestler to deal with than Usman. Usman is more of like a smart guy he'll fake the shot and then throw something, or he'll fake the shot and then get you reacting to something else, and then he has to use more of his brain, and Chimaev can just shoot because he's that fast with it. And I don't know if Duplessis is just gonna like let Usman dictate that kind of exchange, dictate that fake shot into a takedown. And taking down a guy like Duplessis isn't gonna be easy for a guy like Usman. Usman isn't as big. I'm not saying Usman's like tiny, but he's not as big. Usman is still a guy who's like, he can fight welterweight and he can also fight middleweight. The way I see this fight going is Usman tries to do his methodical way of timing the shot, so it's hard to time the shot. Duplessis is throwing his high kick, he's throwing his leg kick, he's maybe doing a knee stomps. I don't know if Duplessis does knee stomps, but I think he fucking should, because it's an obvious weakness for a guy like Usman. Kick the wrestlers in the fucking legs, guys, please. If your kicks are fast enough, it will work. More than likely. Unless it's some secret voodoo doll I don't know. But I expect Duplessis to go out there, kick him in the leg, throw the high kick up, throw that jab out. I don't want to see as much blitzing going on because he can time a shot. I don't know if Usman can obviously time it, but it's not just as easy as, he's throwing punches and now I gotta shoot. Like, it's harder than that. It's not just, do this, because if it was just do this, fucking everyone would be doing John Jones shit. Everyone would be as good as Islam Makhachev, and everyone would be just unbeatable level of skill. It's not just as easy as doing this technique and then doing this one and then doing this one. So for Usman, I don't know how he can do it, but the only way I could see him out wrestling and winning the fight is that Duplessis just can't defend takedowns, and he can control Duplessis enough to where Duplessis isn't just getting up and getting up and getting up and getting up. I don't know if it's gonna look like that. This could honestly be a terrible mismatch. When I initially saw it, I was like, Duplessis is gonna wipe the floor with this guy. But then looking at some people's opinions, and I was second guessing it a little bit, because Duplessis his mechanics on the feet kind of are tailored to a wrestler. Like, he'll blitz in and with his hips open and like upwards, he'll be like chin up, and everything will be exposing. It's kind of like, take me down, guys, I'm open for it, which is kind of funny. But I don't know if he'll be doing that. I think he's going to be more, I guess, methodical with his approach, in terms of nothing too not blitzing as much. A blitz is for like, you crack someone and then blitz. I get it's part of his style, because throwing straight punches while moving forwards against a noob, or against someone like an Izzy or even a Sean Strickland, that will probably work. Because most people in MMA don't slip and pivot off, or they don't throw with you, or like they don't do certain things that would take that away. So that's why it works in MMA, because most people in MMA, they just back up in a straight line. If you watch, they just back up straight in a straight line. Izzy wasn't in Duplessis' fight at sometimes, and Duplessis would just fucking run into the thin air. He would just eat the air, which I don't see Usman doing, because he doesn't have. When has Usman ever pivoted off when someone's attacking him? I don't think he ever has. So I think that blitz will be there unless the takedown is there for Usman. Usman defends most punches by ducking down, so I could see like a jab, switch stance, uppercut, kind of like Patty does. He'll like throw that switch stance, blitz uppercut. I could simply see like a fucking knee up the middle, like Leon was doing to Usman. But yeah, the only way Usman can win this fight is his wrestling. Unless Duplessis is like terrified of the shot, then he could win a bit of both. Duplessis is like shelling up, not really throwing much because he's terrified of the shot, which I don't think he'll do. But maybe Usman has some, Ali Abdelaziz voodoo doll magic going on, where Duplessis forgets how to fight. But yeah, I'm picking Duplessis by if it's how I think it should be. If Duplessis is as good as I think he is or could be in this fight, it should be a finish. I think he should TKO Usman in maybe the third or fourth, past the third round, I'd say. I could see it being a fight where Usman gets a takedown early after getting hit maybe a few times with the leg kicks or the body kicks or maybe a head kick glances by on his head. He kind of does that, not wobble, but when he gets hit, he normally like falls off balance a bit. I could see that, and then he kind of wants a takedown like quite bad, and you can see it. So he starts getting like aggressive. He gets the shot. Maybe he gets it, maybe he doesn't. Then they circle out again if the round ends. I could see him shooting a takedown at the end of the first round. Then the second round comes out. Duplessis is doing his thing. Usman shoots straight away. Maybe he gets it, controls for 1.5 to 3 minutes-ish, depending on if Duplessis can really defend. I don't know how his defense is going to be. I think it should be good enough to get up and whatnot. It should be good enough. He's had like a year, so it should be good enough. He gets up. Usman's looking a bit tired because maybe the nervous energy in him. It's like, this guy's like, he hits like a fucking truck and I can't control him how I want to, because that ties you out too. A lot of people who've never fought or never paid attention to that stuff, that ties you down too. GSP's talked about it in his fight with BJ Penn, about triggering BJ Penn's nervous system, and it would just tire him out. It does work. But yeah, I could see Usman getting maybe a bit tired in the third round, and he just can't find control time with his takedowns, and Duplessis is popping him off and landing good right hands. Maybe he lands a good right hand that stumbles Usman back a bit, and then the round ends or something, and then the fourth round he kind of does his blitz. Usman gets cracked and like a TKO on the ground and pound. I could see something like that. But yeah, on the feet, I don't think Usman can do much. He can land his right hand, obviously he can land stuff, but I don't think he's gonna knock Duplessis out unless he has some type of active jab or some type of confidence in his hands where he catches Duplessis in like his blitz or catches Duplessis somehow. Anything's possible, but I just don't think that will happen. But yeah, I'm going Duplessis by, it's either gonna be like a 48, 47, 49, 46 or a late stoppage for Duplessis. But yeah, that's my prediction, and I just want to talk about this for a little bit, and that's it.